Hello, Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Welcome back to the latest Benidorm news update. Quiz of the day. Guess where we are located right now? What's the name of this place? Right behind us. Great place, really recommended for children to have a lovely walk and just breathe some fresh air inside of Benidorm City. We'll read your answers here in the comments down below. We have 3 different news prepared for you guys today. Some of these news are related to difficulties for people to get permits here, residence permits in Spain. Is it actually true or not that some people without any kind of legal knowledge are saying in different videos here on YouTube and as experts and people who have necessary titles and knowledge to actually know what's going on? We will be able to let you know everything about it. We'll talk about tourism update. What will be the occupancy? Shocking occupancy right now for the month of December. And what's happening with the bus strike in Alicante province? If we are affected, if not, are the buses from Alicante airport affected by the strike? And much more in today's video. And the last news will be about a huge crime organization that has been undercover for a long time, but just 4 days ago, they were found. And this is the reason why every single thing, forms, requests that you're sending to Extranjería, to the National Police and Extranjería here in Spain are paralyzed until further notice. And we'll finish with the weather forecast. What's waiting for you for the first days of December? Let's go. First of all, let's talk about the tourism update. Let's go slowly. Right now, it's very surprising to see Benidorm hotels still extremely busy. We thought, oh, well, September, October months, they're still really hot, really warm. That's normal. When November came, we thought, oh, well, it's November fiesta celebrations. It's a fancy dress party celebrations. That's kind of normal as well. But now, when December hits, we think, okay, it's already December. It should be slightly less crowded, but what's going on? We have the Puente coming up at the end of this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A lot of people are taking these days off as holidays because we have national festivities. It's not only a bank holiday, it's in general a holiday when a lot of places shut down, except bars, restaurants, cafeterias, touristic destination places, maybe some shops that are in very touristic areas as Benidorm, for example. And these are official celebration days. Then we have Christmas fairs. We have all the Christmas lights, different markets, crafts markets, souvenirs. People shop for holidays. People want to enjoy, have a lovely walk, have some nice meal or drink or snack, and enjoy all the Christmas atmosphere. So there's a lot of people. In Benidorm, the average occupancy is still about 80%. So no wonder almost none of the hotels are shutting down. Those who receive mostly international tourism, they did not shut down because they are really busy working. There is one of the things that we've seen online. We've seen some people speculating on YouTube videos that it's going to be very difficult for British or for other people who are not from European Union to obtain permits. What's going on? What's happening? The truth is, and as experts, as people who have knowledge about it, who have studies and are a legal migration consulting business here in Spain, we can tell you that it's absolutely not true. It's not more difficult. It's exactly as it was before. There is one thing, though, that we will talk in the second news that is kind of connected to this one, that is stopping for now the whole process, but all the requirements are exactly the same for the British. It's exactly the same, the private health insurance, the monetary requirements, everything is exactly the same. The timing when to submit the paperwork is exactly the same. For some short amount of time, people were able to get their TIA cards, even though it was not European Union any longer due to Brexit, but there was an adaptation period time when you were able to get the TIA cards. Now it's not going to be the case any longer. You will need to provide the whole process of obtaining the permit is there, but it is as any other person outside of the European Union would do. So it's not more difficult. It's not going to be getting more difficult. The last news that we were getting was that Spain has approved a legalization of around 300,000 immigrants that are irregularly inside of the country every single year for the next 3 years. So in total, around 900,000 people will be regularized, will get their papers here in Spain. But this, once again, is for those who have been here like illegally, who were working, who were integrating in the society, didn't have any issues, but just couldn't get their papers on time because they were missing some of the requirements. But it will be the case now. There's no other massive changes. There's no harsher restrictions that are going on, as some people say. Nothing like this. The process is exactly the same right now. But, and this is the where the second news comes. There has been a very, very big operation. We cannot talk about it too much because obviously there is an investigation going on. They did catch already the criminal organization that was behind it. Those were hackers and people who knew a lot about extranjeria, about how the system, the website is working. And this organization were so far 21 people, persons, were arrested, 21 criminals. And what happened is that they were using special bots, special systems to catch every single appointment that was online available on the website of Extranjeria, whether it's to obtain the NI number because you're purchasing a property here, whether it's to open up a business and you need the NI number, whether it's CUE, which is for European Union residents, whether it's TIA cards, or it's just to obtain the permit of residency. All of this, different certificates as well, all of this, they, as soon as they've seen it, the system was automatically catching these appointments to them, obviously by putting fake name, fake last name, fake passport number, fake date of birth. Everything was fake, but they were just obtaining these. And once they've had a person who wanted an appointment, what they did usually was to have two monitors, cancel one, and immediately take the new one with the name of that person. So it was kind of legit. But the thing is that they were charging for these illegal appointments that they've obtained illegally. One thing is what gestorias or advisors are doing is, like us, for example, whenever we need an appointment, we have a special service. Whenever we need an appointment, we go online, we check the system, we obtain this appointment. We spend time and effort to obtain the appointments, prepare the paperwork, pay the taxes, and go with the client to the national police or extranjeria. But in this case, they were charging between 15 and 30 or 50 euros, a lot of the times even much more than that, up to 200 euros, to give people and sell people the illegally obtained appointment. Now they are under arrest. There's 21 people. But apart from that, the worst thing is that all these people were obtaining, a lot of the times, paperwork illegally. Why? Because this organization was falsifying bank statement documents, was falsifying documents from employers. So many things that they had a lot of knowledge about and how it works. Now it's all over and this criminal organization has been closed. It doesn't mean that new ones will not be popping up, but each month, each and every single one of them, one person was gaining around 9,000 euros. That is bizarre. Imagine the amount of things they should be doing to gather this amount of money. That is absolutely insane. The worst part now comes for all those who obtained the paperwork illegally. All these people probably will be receiving an email or a official letter from the national police, from Extranjeria, to present themselves and to show the real paperwork. If it's not going to be the case, probably their permits will be even revoked. That's the worst part, which is why we always say, do not obtain your paperwork illegally. Do it with specialists. If you don't trust anyone, if you know whom to trust, contact us as a legal consultation company. We're able to help you out and obtain the paperwork by all legal means to avoid these things that happen to hundreds and thousands of people here in the area. And this is also the reason why the websites are collapsed. They're not working. They show that it's not safe to get into the website and it's just closed. You cannot access it. So you cannot get new appointments. You cannot modify the existing appointments. Nothing. It's just collapsed. Hopefully in the next couple of days it will be resolved, but a lot of people cannot get the appointments, even lawyers, us, legal advisors. We cannot get the appointments for our clients because due to all this, what happened just a few days ago, everything's closed up until they see how they will manage to do it, and up until they clean all the system up and delete all the appointments that were taken illegally. That's a huge task to do. And probably after then, hopefully, they will have a better system, a more secure system. There are so many hackers in the world. There are so many people who are more than capable to maintain this type of website safe. But for some reason, it keeps happening almost every single year. Let's talk about the last news now, and it is about, better to say, the strike of public transport in Alicante province. This has been happening since October. There were some messages here on the channel asking what's going on, which is why we decided to include it in today's news update. And this strike affects mostly bus service. Bus drivers in Alicante province, which include Alicante city and our region around Benidorm. We have a lot of buses. We have buses that connect several areas. For example, Benidorm is connected with Alfaz, with Albir Playa, the beach of Albir, with Altea. That's all the same bus number 10. We'll love it. But buses have been having some issues. October was probably the worst month because we were able to see that there is a lot of people waiting. There's a lot of cuts in timetable. There's a lot of buses that were missing on the line. And the minimum service was just not enough, so we could see the effects of the strike. Right now, in November months and beginning of December, we didn't see it as much. It is true that in some peak moments, we could have seen that there is 1 hour that the bus was not running at all. And then there is just dozens of people on the bus stops when one bus is just not enough to cover all the needs. And there's a lot of people waiting, there's a lot of queue, and the buses are full and it's difficult to breathe. You know, all the situations. Same what's happening in summer, basically, on a regular basis. So we did see that, but apart from it, yes, there might be a couple of lines or a couple of timetables that the bus is not coming, but overall, you're still able to get from point A to point B. The bus prices are still the same. If you're planning on traveling with the public bus or public transport, get a bono cards. These cards will allow you to travel cheaper because these are for multiple services. Especially if you use bus, one regular bus ticket one way costs around €1.60, more or less. And if you purchase it with your Bono card, it will cost you around 70 to 80 cents. That's what it is. It's much, much cheaper and it's worth it if you're planning on visiting different areas here around the town and you don't even need to rent a vehicle or pay a taxi for it. We expect the bus strike to be over very soon because one part of the commissions that are in charge of the rights of the workers already closed it, but the other did not. The other association is still maintaining the strike. What they wanted is to improve the work conditions and improve the conditions for when they initiate um, the pension time. So whenever they want to retire, to have better conditions for retirement as well. All this is basically the issue why, the reason why they went on strike on the first place. Same as the truck drivers, same as many other services here in Spain. Whenever they see that the government is not taking into consideration their needs seriously, they go on strike. And that is sadly the only way to obtain more or less what they were asking and the improvements inside of the sector. So, no, we're not affected as much as we were in October. And no, the bus service from the airport towards Alicante or Benidorm is not affected by it as much. You can still get your regular tickets. You can still travel. Yes, there might be some people waiting at some specific peak times whenever a lot of flights are coming on the same time. But apart from that, everything is good and you shouldn't worry about it. You're still able to get public transport to move freely here in the area. And now let's talk about the weather. What is going on in our region? What's the weather going to be like? And will it be raining? Will it be sunny, nice, and warm still in the month of December? Today we do have some clouds and there's also alerts due to fog. By the way, this weekend a lot of planes were not able to go towards the airport of Alicante because was a dense fog. Now it's not the case anymore, but since winter it's something common, having fog, very high humidity. In some north parts of Spain, there are even alerts due to this phenomenon. Here, it's not supposed to be raining. There will be some clouds. As you can see right now in the sky, we can see some fog right there inside in the Mediterranean Sea. And it's curious how some parts of Benidorm do have some sunshine because they're not covered by clouds, and then other parts are quite cloudy and looking slightly darker. Right now, it is sunny/cloudy here in the region, and the sun is coming out right now. Look at this. The big difference that it makes for the sun to actually come out. This is incredible, isn't it? So it will not be raining, just some clouds and sunshine. Temperatures are lovely. 1st of December, we started with around 20 degrees outside, and today it's more or less the same. Friday and Saturday, shocking 24-25 in Alicante. We'll see you in a new video. Bye, Dees.